Today I'm going to be repairing this Volvo Penta Duo prop. It's the rear prop that I damaged the day I got the boat because I didn't know how the trim worked, and you can see it's both bent down this way and there's obviously a chunk missing. Now I'm going to be doing this at home without any special tools besides a TIG welder. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be picking which blade is in the best shape. And that seems to be this blade here. It doesn't really have any significant damage on it. I'm going to be wrapping it in aluminum foil so that I can make a cast of this blade so that as I work on the damaged one, I can compare it, make sure I got it right. Now I've got this just about wrapped up, and you can see it's wrapped all the way under here. It's wrapped over here, and the sides are just snug. All right, so this is just a 20-minute drywall compound. It's something I had lying around. So I'm going to mix this up. It's about 16 ounces of the compound. I'm just going to stir this together.
Can I see into it?
All right, I've got my mud all mixed up. Again, it's just whatever drywall compound I had lying around. And I'm going to start scooping this out. And I'm going to slather it on here. I'm going to make a mold of this propeller here. All right, I've got this plaster all set on here now, and you can see I went around all the sides and made sure it's perfectly flush with all of the edges of the propeller, because later on I'm going to be using this to check whether the new shape I have is perfect. After pulling it off and peeling the aluminum foil away, we're left with this perfect cast of one blade of our prop that fits right on there. And when we go to repair the other one, after we're done bending and welding and sanding it all off, we'll just be able to see if it fits on the back of here. And if it does, then we've done our job. So we can take our mold and put it on the bad blade. And this tells us exactly where we need to start doing our bending and our welding. So I'll take a marker and I'll mark where that line is, and then I'll make sure to get that bent back into shape. All right, now we're going to try bending that prop back to where it's supposed to be in this vise. And finally, after about half an hour of messing around with the wrench and with sticking it into a vise, I've got this thing looking pretty close to where it's supposed to be. It just needs more material added. Next, we're going to strip paint with this angle grinder to prepare it for welding. All right, we're all sanded down. Now we get a quick wipe down with acetone before we head over to the welding table. Now, I'm not really much of a welder, but I'm pretty happy with that. Well, after our first pass with the angle grinder, we're pretty close. We're just a little bit too long over here, which is what we want. We don't want to be too short, and otherwise the shape is getting close. And on this one where I added a little bead, it's not too far. Not too far. I've got about 1 millimeter to grind off of there. What I'll do is I'm going to use my mold to figure out exactly how much material I need to remove. I'll color it in with a Sharpie, and I'll remove most of that. I'll just guess and check until I get it right. And there you have it. I went back and forth with the angle grinder to my mold about 5 times until I was happy with everything. Now everything is very close to being in spec. There's a couple spots that might be off, maybe 0.5 millimeter or so, but I'm pretty happy with this. So that's how you repair a prop with no special tools and hardly any special skills, with the exception of a TIG welder.